Hey, how is it going? Welcome back. My name is Sanaid and today's topic is fanfics. Fanfics are a piece of media that usually is in writing form and it's based on something that has already been created before. In this case, it can be a movie, it can be comics, it can be video games, it can even be historical figures or real life people. Fanfics are extremely fun to read and very engaging, and they are a way people, mostly fans, of course, they are a way fans express their thoughts and emotions about certain creation or piece of art or work. They become form part of a fandom. Now, what's a fandom? A fandom it's a group of fans, and it's exactly how it sounds. It's a group of fans. In the fandom, people can express their feelings of appreciation about certain topics, certain work, and they can do it in several forms. It can be by creating drawings or comics based on this piece of work. They can create music videos. They can even make fake video games or music based. They can create music based on the piece of work they are fans about. In this case, the people in the fandom who write text and stories about the characters, it's the fan fiction creators, they form part of the fandom. And well, fandoms can be welcoming, fandoms can be toxic. There are many opportunities in a fandom to make bonds, to create new friends, get new friends. But usually, what happens is that it's up to you to decide in which aspect or which part of the fandom you will be. Probably you will stay in the shallow part of the fandom and just brush a little bit the surface, and you can engage knee deep in the fandom. It's all up to you. In this case, fanfiction fandoms are quite tame as long as you write fanfiction or just read it and comment about it, you're already part of the fandom. So, about fanfiction, what I would like to talk about is how is it very useful for people to extrapolarize or use their information. Oh God. Analyze their own information, understand their own information about what. Sorry, I got lost. It's important for fans to understand that the characters are not theirs, but they usually use them as coping mechanism, or they consider the characters like close to them, and they find similarities with their lives, and that's why they decide to start writing fan fiction. It's not necessarily that they use the characters as they are in their stories. They can do almost anything with them, because this is a free piece of media. Oh, that's very important to express. Maybe some people who think that they haven't read or haven't stumbled upon with a piece of fan fiction, they have done it before, because in fact a lot of historical pieces can be considered as fan fiction, as long as you don't know that you can say anything about a historic figure. Maybe it's documented, but as long as it's not documented, it can be considered as a fan fiction. The same goes, for example, with real life people. You can write about real life people in fan fictions. It's just stories or situations that would never happen in real life, but with real life people. And also, you can find famous stories. If you maybe remember the crazy 50 Shades of Grays that happened some years ago. Well, 50 Shades of Grey actually was a fan fiction from Twilight. And there are also other stories, for example, stories based in Dracula, stories based in Frankenstein. We have Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, for example. They are fan fictions of classical literature works. So yeah, it's very important to think that fan fiction it's everywhere, even if you think it is not. And it is not exactly the lame pieces of writing you find in the internet randomly at times. They are mostly badly written from thirsty teenagers. Yes, fan fiction can be that, but not all the time. Most probably the reason you don't find quite easily good pieces of fan fiction, or good quality pieces of fan fiction, is because there is no process for editorial process. If you go and buy a book in a bookstore, you will know that it comes from an editorial and there was a process behind. The editor actually review a lot of scripts to decide which one was the best quality one. They pass a lot of proofreading to be published at the end, which doesn't happen in fan fiction. In fan fiction, people just can write and publish as soon as they finish, as soon as they put the period at the end of the last sentence, they are done. And this is called a free-form fan fiction, and the reason is because it's free. And why is it free? It's because you cannot sell fan fiction because you would be violating the copyright laws. So if you want to share, or anyone who shares fan fictions, they are doing it for free. They are just doing it for sharing their passion about certain work. So since it's free and the author has sometimes not even writing skills, they are just starting to write, or it's the first time they decide to write a story, you will find that they don't have the best quality. But you will find pieces of fan fiction that are actually quite good. In general, you can really find jewels in each fandom. And it happens because some writers, they do really care for the quality of their works. Even though they are going to publish them for free, they really put the effort to copyright and to proofread their text and edit them. In my case, I've been in and out of several fanfiction fandoms, and at times what happens is that I get a beta reader, someone who reads my text ahead before I publish it, and also sometimes I have an editor, and I of course use a lot of checks for spelling and mistakes and grammar, because I really do care to have a good quality piece of media, even though it's not media, of text, even though I know I'm going to publish it for free and I'm spending time on it, but it's very important to me to have a good quality story out there. Because I don't know, who knows, maybe someday I can share it with someone who's interested in me, in my career as a writer, and it is important. But also it is because it's very fulfilling when someone comments in your pieces of work and they say that they like the quality, or it is also fulfilling if they find out some mistakes and point them out. Any comment in general is welcome in fan fiction, and that's the idea. The idea of fan fiction is sharing the passion of a certain work, a certain project, and also some way to connect with more people, like-minded individuals. And at times it's polishing your writing skills. And that's it. Thank you for listening.